The Galactic Science Directorate prided itself on being fearless in the pursuit of knowledge. They had cataloged death worlds, observed supernovae at arm's length, and even mapped the molecular structure of black hole accretion disks. But nothing prepared them for Project Soul. It started innocently. A research vessel, Curiosity's Grace, was dispatched to a small, unremarkable blue world at the edge of the Orion Arm. The planet's data file was old and incomplete, gravity slightly high, atmosphere rich in oxygen, biosphere described as energetic. It was a Class 12 world, barely within tolerable limits for most life. Commander Threx, a methodical insectoid from the Kever hive, expected to find maybe a few primitive cities. Instead, his first scans nearly fried his ship's processors. Surface biosignatures, thousands of apex predators, his science officer whispered. And, Commander, they're all bipedal. Threx's antennae twitched in confusion. That's impossible. No planet sustains more than one apex predator species at a time. But Earth wasn't playing by the rules. The research crew began pulling historic data from the planet's electromagnetic transmissions. At first, it was what they expected: music, weather reports, political debates. But then came the images. Wars. Endless wars. They saw trench lines carved into muddy wastelands, skies darkened by bombers, and firestorms consuming entire cities. They saw strange vessels, tanks and jets, built for no purpose but destruction. And these weren't acts of survival against alien threats. They were humans killing humans. Commander, the science officer stammered. These broadcasts span only the last 200 planetary years, and they've fought hundreds of wars. Against themselves. The data kept getting worse. On most worlds, evolution shaped creatures toward harmony with their environment. But humans? They were forged by adversity. A chaotic planet with unstable weather, shifting continents, apex predators, and pathogens that killed by the millions had forced them into a constant arms race for survival. And the humans had won. Their bones were dense enough to resist crushing forces. Their immune systems could shrug off infections that would liquefy other species. Their muscles regenerated faster than most predators. Worst of all, they could think, adapt, devise new ways to kill faster than any species the galaxy had ever encountered. They weren't the strongest or the fastest. They were simply relentless. By the third week of research, the crew began noticing something strange. Humans didn't just survive danger, they ran toward it. Footage showed humans diving into burning buildings to save strangers, charging enemy fortifications under heavy fire, throwing themselves into frozen oceans to rescue a single child. It was bravery, but it was also terrifying. Do they not value their own lives? One crew member asked. No, Threx said quietly. They value them greatly. That's what makes it worse. They're willing to spend their lives if the cause matters. Then came the final discovery, the one that made the Directorate classify Earth as maximum threat. The Curiosity's Grace intercepted encrypted military transmissions. At first, the alien linguists thought it was routine planetary defense coordination. But the humans were running simulations, war games, training scenarios, for conflicts that hadn't even happened yet. They prepare, Threx murmured, for wars that do not exist, in case they ever will. The simulations showed humans adapting to every conceivable opponent. Acid-blooded creatures, wear sealed armor, hive-mind telepaths, deploy signal-jamming drones, massive war beasts, target their legs and airways. Humans had imagined and prepared for enemies they had never even met. It dawned on Threx why. They weren't paranoid. They were ready. The final report to the Galactic Council was short, but chilling. Subject: Homo sapiens, humans. Threat classification: Omega-level extinction risk. Summary: predators that prey on themselves for sport. Adaptation speed beyond predictive modeling. Motivated by emotion yet capable of cold, calculated strategy. Avoid contact unless overwhelming force can be applied. Success probability: less than 12%. Recommendation: do not approach Earth. Do not provoke. Addendum: if they come to you, It's already too late. Back aboard the Curiosity's Grace, Commander Threx ordered the ship to break orbit. No messages. No contact. Not even a probe left behind. The humans could never know they'd been studied. The mere knowledge might make them curious. And curiosity, the commander knew, was what had killed the galaxy's last predator species. As the blue planet dwindled to a star-like speck, Threx made a silent vow. If humanity ever left their homeworld in force, the galaxy needed to be ready. But deep down, he knew the truth. No one ever could be.